All right, my music-loving friends, what started as a way to bring together Canadian songwriters has turned into a really cool and unique live music experience. Check it out. Awesome. The Blue Jay Sessions is celebrating 5 years of supporting the growth and development of emerging musicians with live performances across Canada. And the founder, Dan Clapson, joins us now with more about the program. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Well, it's great to have you here. I love songwriters and music. Congrats on 5 years. You were saying right before we started, that was a clip from the early days of the sessions.
Throwing it back. I like it.
But I love that it's 5 years going strong. Where did this idea first come from to do this?
Nashville, not surprisingly. You know, if you've been to Nashville, you know it's an amazing music city. It's celebrated for country music, yes, but I feel like the foundation of the city is built on songwriters. And so I was traveling there a lot, and I noticed that the Songwriters Showcase, Songwriters Rounds were something that weren't really happening in where I'm from, in Calgary, Alberta. And so I brought it there, and it really took on a life of its own over the years. And so now Blue Jay Sessions has had hundreds of artists come through the program, and we've really seen these people really celebrated by local audiences, but also kind of level up their careers and do some really great things. Oh
yeah, and you got the Bluebird Cafe in Nashville. I've been to a spot called the Listening Room there, just off Broadway. And it's such a cool concept, the whole Songwriters in the Round, these songwriter rooms. It's a really great way to kind of break down those barriers between the fans and the musicians. It's awesome. Talk a little bit, if you will, about over the 5 years, what this has done for the musicians and the songwriters that you profile.
So a 5-year mark is interesting for any sort of career, right? So this year we're really looking at artists that have started with us in 2019 and now have gone on. Many have moved to Nashville, like Taylor Ray you saw on the clip there. She lives in Nashville now. Doing very, very cool things, has millions of streams. Shantea is another artist from Saskatchewan, and she's doing very cool things. Nice Horse, Haley Benedict. I can go on and on and on. There's so many talented people in Canada. And it wasn't intentional for us to really have this platform that people really focused on and really shone lights on these different artists. But now that again, looking back, you just see that these kinds of audiences and these kinds of shows, they really pay attention to these singers. Like you can go see a band in a bar and there's might be 400 people there, but if you're having beers and not paying attention, you're not paying attention to the artist. And these shows, you really pay attention to the artist. So that's really what makes the difference. It's
so cool. So for folks who have never been to like one of these listening rooms or songwriter rooms or a Blue Jay session, what can they expect if they go check this out?
A small room. We cap our audiences at like 55, 60, so if you don't get tickets, you can't get in. But I mean, and you can't talk. That's the thing that we like about listening rooms. There's no talking in the back corner. Again, this is not a rowdy event. This is an event where you sit down and you really absorb the live music. So I do think we really introduce people to some of the best songwriters in the country that, haven't maybe like broken through yet and become, like, quote unquote, famous. So we're definitely working with that sort of mid-level act that needs to be celebrated and uplifted.
One of the things that I love about these songwriter rooms, like what you're doing, is the way that you hear the musicians talk about their songs. I've always been surprised at how engaging that is. It's really, really cool if you've never checked it out. It's awesome. What are you doing to celebrate your 5th anniversary?
A lot of things. I like doing a little flair with certain events. So we're taking some inspiration from Broadway and like old school variety shows like Sonny and Cher. So we're actually doing a stage production this time where each night on September 5th and 6th in Calgary at the Mam Danny Opera Center, we're having 15 plus alumni performers take the stage, and it's going to be co-hosted by myself and some of our more veteran performers, Mariah Stokes and Zenon, who's an amazing alt R&B singer. And then we'll have a little bit of drag mixed in and some live music. And so it's going to be a little bit different from what we normally do. But I feel like for a birthday, you have to have some fun, right?
You absolutely should. And kind of looking ahead to the next 5 years, what do you have in store for your sessions?
I just try and get through every events for a lot of work. So we go month by month. But I'm curious to see, again, there's so much musical talent and songwriting talent in this country that I'm really curious to see the people that are now just taking part in our sessions, what they're going to do in 5 years. So we're just happy to be there and support, honestly.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, it's great.
It's awesome. And Blue Jay Sessions celebrating its 5th anniversary in Calgary from September 5th to 6th. And you can check out bluejaysessions.com for more. Thanks again, Dan.
Thanks.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.